Hey Gems, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Gems, I felt like this, just frustration, but it felt like a burst of frustration. Honestly, I guess it burst because you're sitting on it for a while, but like it finally comes out, and then you have the Gnosis, the kiss, and the heart. I don't know, because I feel like there's an idea here of somebody like withholding something from you. I don't know. I just feel like there's this idea of like, that would be like, you don't take, because I mean, the crone, they pick up little trinkets along the way, or a crow, I guess, but they pick up little trinkets along the way. And, like they kind of store their treasure. And they also come with a sense of wisdom, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of this idea of like, I know better than to hand something valuable over to somebody who will literally destroy it. You know what I mean? Who will literally I just feel like a bull in a china shop. Like why would you put china in something with a bull? Right? Like it just like, no. But I think that you are there, like with this frustration is also this understanding of, because the Gnosis is deep inner knowing, right? And I feel like it's been in y'all's reads for a while, just this idea of being triggered all the time and being, in like this fighter's mentality, and I'm going to show you, and, like you're doing it in the name of loyalty and blah, 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 blah. And it's just kind of like, wow. Wow. But like realizing how that really limits you as a person, because I just feel like there's this idea of like, you got so whirlwinded in an emotion that you lost sight of logic. And that's like, that's like when the gem flips, right? I don't want to say it's out of character because y'all flip, but it's not the entirety of who you are, right? And I think that there's also been a consciousness of a choice to be reckless, a choice to be destructive, and that's been in my gems energy too, just this. And I don't know if you're dealing with somebody in this energy or if you were in this energy yourself, but it's just kind of this idea of like, I know better than that. Like that's gonna cap me out and keep me all in an uproar, and like, why would I do that on purpose? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that makes sense to most people. You know what I mean? Like most people don't struggle with that, like this is like 1950s called, and they want their rhetoric back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I do get the feeling that there is an idea of like going through the cycle, because I feel like for part of it, Gems, is like you went through something, and then you went through dealing with somebody who was doing to you what you had been doing to somebody else, and gaining a different perspective along the way. So that I think when this person says to you, surely you understand why that's your life choice and not mine, you are not feeling as frustrated and angry about it as you are kind of like, yeah. And I think having that knowledge is helping you to really move in a direction that you really want to move in. The heart is, home is where the heart is. The kiss is intimacy. And, like if you know that every time you make a mistake or every time you do anything, somebody is going to like literally come for you, then why would you ever bother yourself with those people? That is some trashy ass behavior. You know what I mean? And it astounds me continually when people think that they can just get away with it because they said so. I'm going to treat you like shit and you're going to take it because I said so. Bitch, the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? But going through that cycle, of like feeling like you're in control and you're the one who's in power of things, and then having somebody do that to you, and you being like, oh. Huh. Guess that is kind of a shitty way to treat somebody, isn't it? Yeah. Mm. Well, you know, you made your choices. You know, like, I just feel like, did you expect me to extend, you know, like a kindness beyond what was being extended to me? You know, I just like, that doesn't make any sense, you know? And again, I don't know what side of the story you're on, but however this is playing out, because it could be that you're dealing with somebody in this energy and you're just watching them like, yeah, well, if you weren't a dumbass, you know, like, you could be trusted with something, but you're not. Or you are, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. But it's like, I just feel like there's this idea of like taking the good and going. You have a new opportunity. And I feel like it's an opportunity that, I mean, the Three of Wands is a trip card. So it could be that y'all are going on a trip. But it does feel like there is this sense of like, it's time to take this good and go. Like, I can't with that anymore. Like, at all. Like, sorry. You know, like, there's a new direction for me, and that's the direction I'm going, you know, because that's where my opportunity lies. Okay, gems. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. I mean, the energy's good, you know, like, I don't feel like there's a lot of negative energy, because I feel like whatever you're done with, like, what's that Billie Eilish song? All you're doing is teaching me that I'm better off on my own. You know what I mean? Like, all of that taught me that I am better off on my own. Because I'm not just sitting around waiting for you to like get it together while you're accusing me of not having it together. You know, like, okay, well, let's define having it together. Right? Let's talk about that. The Six of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, because I've been waiting. You know what I mean? I just feel like the sense of like, I've been waiting for this. I have been working towards this, you know, and it's just like, this is what I want. This is where my emotional fulfillment is. I just feel like there's a decision being made, and it's a decision that's really and truly eliminating a lot of confusion that is like, that wasn't even like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, who let these rats in? You know what I mean? They shit everywhere, and then wanted to demand that people live in their shit. That's what that feels like. And it's like, and I just feel like, again, that idea of like, no, I'm not going to take China into a bull shop. I'm not going to take my nice things into, you know, like this fucking sewage shit show you have going on here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just kind of this idea of like self-respect. And here's the thing is that like, when we are learning the idea behind self-respect, because I think that there are a lot of toxic mentalities around the idea of self-respect. And I feel like that energy of like, this is what I'm, you know, like that, like I'm in control energy was that like toxic perspective of self-respect, because no self-respecting person goes around acting like that. You know, that's why Donald Trump is a joke to like most of the nation, you know, and the entirety of the world. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, because he's absolutely ridiculous, because who acts that way? That is not like a normal human being behavior, you know? And I just feel like going through this lesson of like, I don't know, maybe you had a really bad role model, you know, like maybe your father figures, or, you know, like the men in your family or the women in your family, or, you know, like whoever, gender neutral, whatever. But it just feels like this toxic, you're going to do what I say because I said so. And it's like, well, that's just really and truly not how the world works. And it's very unfortunate that that's how your world works. But because that's how your world works, there is a very clear boundary, you know, and you didn't want any of the healthy in there, well, I don't want any of the toxic in here. You know what I mean? It seems like a fair shake on that one. You know what I mean? and go on your way. And I just feel like there is an idea here of you had something that you were sitting on, you know, like even if you were the one in this energy, or if you were dealing with somebody in this energy, there is still that like this side energy of like, but I'm still doing what I need to do. I'm still, you know, like figuring out what I need to figure out and understanding what I need to understand, because I really did want to do, like, I really did want to, you know, like have this picture. I just feel like you were like I had this picture in my mind of how it was going to go, and like what I was like, and I wanted it to be, but you know, but again, it's that like when you're demanding things, it doesn't matter what you want. You lost respect. You lost, like you take somebody else's voice. Do you think that they're going to offer you yours? You know what I mean? Like, and do you want to get lost in a game of constantly trying to take from people? Because that's not a healthy environment. The Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Knave of Cups, the Fool. Okay, well, I like this. I do feel like there is a sense of separation here, though. Like, I think that, I mean, you've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. It does feel like it's something new, but it also feels like something that you've been working on. You know, it also kind of feels like a little bit of a passion project. Like a little bit of a fire lit under your ass. And I almost get the feeling that it was like you didn't really have the choice, because that choice was not going to be made on your behalf. That's cute. You know what I mean? And you had to make it on your own behalf. If you want to have a healthy, emotionally stable, functioning environment, then, you know, like you have to participate in that, you know, and that doesn't mean demanding it from other people. You know, and if that's the energy you put out, that's the energy you get back. And sometimes we don't learn that until we experience it from somebody else. And then we get a taste of our own medicine, you know what I mean? And that's never fun for anybody. But I feel like there is a sense of like somebody here is getting a taste of their own medicine. Whether you're witnessing somebody get a taste of their own medicine, or you are getting a taste of your own medicine, I don't really know. But it feels like it forces you to go in another direction that ultimately really turns things around for you in a big way. And I love that. All right, gems. The Healer. Well, yeah, because I just kind of get that feeling of like, there's no healing to be had here. Like, this is just a bunch of people's like masturbating their egos. You know what I mean? Like, like, ill. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, there's no, like, you can't do anything with that. There's no healing to be had there. And there's no reason to even attempt to associate yourself with it, because they're just going to drag you down anyways. And it's like, you know, if you want to heal things, then you have to heal them with love. You have to heal them with intimacy. You have to heal them with an understanding. And you can't do that if you're constantly keeping everybody, you know, up in arms and, you know, angry about one thing or another. And you can't do that if you're dealing with people who behave that way. You know, because toxic is as toxic does. So anyways, if this does resonate with y'all, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.